You really got to cater to their needs. Number one, you got to make sure that when they ask you for something, you deliver, as needed and as necessary and as fast as you can. That's really important because they're on deadline and they have needs just like anybody. Their careers are on the line for most of the time when they're dealing with stories. So you have to be compassionate and empathetic for that. And your relationship with them should be that you have a working relationship, but at the same time, you have a social relationship, and it's kind of a thin line. But it's important to have both and to understand the differences between them. I mean, you don't want to come up to a journalist at a party and start pitching them a story. And at the same time, you might not want to be too social with a journalist if you're trying to get a point across, maybe on the internet. So there's really a difference of how you go about it and knowing the difference between the two. And I think when you combine those, you can develop a decent relationship, as long as you have their interests in mind. Yeah, there's a number of different types of publicists out there that deal with different types of activities. You can have a celebrity publicist that'll do do PR for, Antonio Banderas, for example. That's movie, celebrity, A-list type PR. Then you have sports PR, where you're dealing with a sports, a football player or something like that, and there's that publicity level. There's music PR, and it goes on and on. There's industrial PR, where you're dealing with industry, trying to get stories in business journals, things like that. You have publicists that deal with the A-list client, is what I like to call them. Which is basically the artists that are selling millions of records, are very well known. That kind of PR, you could be dealing with a number of things where you're trying to eliminate or create damage control, basically, so a story doesn't show up in a tabloid. And then there's other PR where you're trying to promote an artist to get them noticed, but you get to a point where they are nationwide or international, and then there'll be people coming in trying to create a negative spin on an artist that you're trying to create a positive spin on. And when that happens, you have to know and be leery of what's going on. You have to be really accurate when it comes to who you're dealing with and what their purpose is. So yeah, there are different levels. There's your PR level, which I call PR promotion, and then there's your publicity level, which is basically back off, so.